welcome to another episode of Gaming Mayhem. Today, we're having a battle report. This is a 4-way battle, 2,000 points apiece. We're going to have, I had to sub in. I actually was going to just film this, but one of the guys couldn't make it. So, we're going to have Orks, Chaos, Armored Company, and Iron Hands. Everybody makes a 2,000 point army. Then, right before deployment, we actually roll to see who's partnered with who. So you kind of have to assume, you have to assume an army for all possible combinations. So it's really, it makes it kind of cool. If you're wondering about the fantasy battle reports, I'm going to get back to those. I personally don't have my fantasy army right now, so that leaves me out. Plus our player pool for fantasy is a lot smaller, so, and the guys, some of the guys that play only fantasy, they have limited availability. So that's why I was a little more scant. What we're doing today, we're kind of playing on a more wasteland type of board, and a lot of this is kind of trial running stuff for the campaign that we hope to start around February. Because we're going to have different types of planets, so we need to see how those go. So I'm going to show you the board, and then we'll review the armies that are going to play and start the Batrep. Okay, here you can see the board for today's game. This is a Imperial outpost that has been abandoned and or overrun. The important part is there was a Thunderhawk delivering some very important supplies. Let's call it some kind of power generator. And it crash landed before it got to the outpost, being shot down out of the sky by, let's say, Orks, because Orks like to shoot stuff. So of course we have, that's one tactical objective there, number 6. And tactic number 3 is going to be the actual Imperial outpost. You can garrison the outpost. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 firing ports as far as we're concerned. Or you could just hang out and take the cover, which would be the most logical choice. You'll notice we do have a fully painted terrain board. I've accomplished this. So we, for once, the board will be painted. All the models won't be, but the board will be. I love those little Honored Imperium statues. I use those just because they kind of add a nice flavor to it. And that's a little battlescape terrain there. See, there's lots of good opportunities for cover here in this barren area. And I think one thing I like about the idea of doing a barren thing is it gives a nice break from the city vibe, but at the same point you don't want to lose all the cover to where something like an Armored Company would just roll the entire board. So there you go, nice old little ruins here, possibly a temple of worship to one of the great chaos gods. And there you go, so everything's pretty much as you see it. We're counting all of this is going to be dangerous terrain, the actual Thunderhawk crash area. The rest is pretty much as you see it, difficult terrain, except the battlescape, which has its own data slate and is dangerous terrain as well. Got the Twisted Copses. I like them, you know, it's like I did them to match the boards. They're very burnt out, kind of destroyed, so I could keep a common theme going. Pretty much I figure anything in the Warhammer 40, well, in Warhammer world, 40k or fantasy is pretty much going to be destroyed because, you know, they don't have they're constantly fighting. So, there you go, that's what we got here. So we'll pick up and start talking about the armies that are going to fight today. Alright, here we have the 2,000 point Orc army. Took a Death Dread with an extra claw and a flamer. Weird boy as usual. Went ahead and took 2 big mechs with both having teleporters. One of them is the general, and I gave him the lucky stick. I'm going to try that one out. I kind of feel with something like a teleporter, you almost have to have 2, because half the time they don't do anything. I'm going to go ahead and squad them up with 4 Mega Knobs there. All have the dual kill saws. And for fun, I took the Batrep detachment here, mainly because I've never taken it, and second, because I just want to see what what it does. This thing's 550 points. So it's Batrep and 20 flash gets. They all count as having master crafted in the detachment, but it's 1 unit. So we'll see how that goes. I love the pirates. Once I paint these guys up, they'll be real cool. Trying out the tank busters here. Got a knob in there. He's got the rocket launcher. Three of the bomb squigs. 2 tank hammers. And the rest are just regular guys. I'm a little confused on the rule for the tank hammers because the tank hammers don't get armor bane, and so it seems like the bombs are a better choice, but the tank hammers cost way more. So either I'm reading it wrong or something. Got 1 unit of Slugger Boys here. They got a rocket launcher, and the boss has Power Claw with a combi flamer. And then I took a smaller, mainly because I was out of points, another group of Slugger Boys, again, combi flamer. And again, it says only 10 strong. These guys really only have one objective, and that's for seizing objectives. They're going to get, they got to kind of hide out because they're going to get chewed up otherwise. And I took a nice heavy unit of Shooter Boys here. Shooter Boys never have armor because, again, if they don't have armor, they shoot better. They're more accurate. If you watch my other video, you'll understand why. They got he's got the Twin Link Shooter for the boss and 2 of the big Shooter Boys. So that is a 2,000 point Orc army. I'm debating having Batrep guys as come in on turn 2 for ongoing reserves. We always play you can pull anything into reserve you want. And depending on the size of your force, that may make sense. Again, that means I can't do anything on that first turn. But just depend. We'll see who I am partnered up with once we figure out sides. On to the next army. Alright, the teams have been decided. The Orcs and Chaos will face off against the Armored Company and the Iron Hands. We're playing Mission 3, which is Tactical Escalation. And night fighting rules will be in effect. So let's check out the Chaos Army here. Alright, we got, what, 2 dreadnoughts. Looks like one's got twin link las cannons, and the other's got a plasma cannon and missile launcher.
Yep.
Alright, look at that. Unit of 10
chosen. They're berserkers of corn, but they're going to be chosen.
Okay, so 10 chosen. What do they got? What are they armed with?
Multi-meltas.
Okay, they all got multi-meltas?
Yep.
And 10 warp talons?
Yep.
4 Terminators? And who's that over there? Sorcerer and
we have Karn the Betrayer.
Oh, Karn the Betrayer.
And Haramon or whatever.
Haramon, oh yeah, the dude, yeah, Zinj guy.
The Zinj guy, yep.
And then these are just 2 units of Chaos Marines, or
one?
Just one massive unit of ah! Okay, is anybody deep striking?
I'm thinking we'll have these guys, but he can. We need to decide. He can. No, him. He can make a 1d3 infiltrate.
Okay.
But we don't really have a good board for infiltrate because they can't be in line of sight either of the enemy unit.
Makes sense. I would deep strike the Talons too.
Well, yeah, I was going to deep strike the Talons and the Terminators.
Okay, cool. So we'll move on with the next army review, and we will start deploying. Okay, here we have the 2,000 points of the Armored Company. Alright, what do we got here?
Starting off, this is a single battle tank forms a squadron. He's got his main gun and then pintle-mounted meltas and then a las cannon in front. The ever lovely shadow sword with all sorts of armaments. Stormtrooper APC. Company command tank. And then another squadron of tanks, one with a Vanquisher cannon. All of them have pintle-mounted multi-meltas with las cannons in front, as well as pintle-mounted, or excuse me, sponson-mounted multi-meltas, and then pintle-mounted storm bolters.
There you go. 6 models, 2,000 points.
Very economic.
Alright, now we're going to look at the Iron Hands deployment.
Successor chapter.
Successor chapter to the Iron Hands. Alright, and now we'll talk about the Iron Hands successor chapter.
These are here's my Master of the Forge with 2 plasma cannons.
Okay.
And a couple of servitors. I didn't fill out his squad though. Here's his helper tech marine with 2 heavy bolters and 1 servitor. This big mess is a squad of space marines with the captain in the back and his command squad, and also a ironclad with dual claws. And of course, we also have 2 more venerable dreadnoughts with a twin-link blaze cannon and a plasma cannon in the back, and 1 more tech marine. And I also have a squad of marines in reserve in the drop pod.
Okay, and you forgot something.
Of course, how can I forget my my paladin? Completely unpainted yet, but
he's still there. And are you gonna fortify the little bunker you're in?
I will. I will fortify that, and I guess I don't have any other structures, so...
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Well, so that'll be fortified.
Yeah.
All right. On to the game. All right, top of the turn. They failed to seize the initiative. Night fighting is in effect. You can see all the deployments. A bunch of guys hiding out in the cover. So we'll see what happens. On turn 1, the Orc team has the objective. We only get 1 on turn 1. Score a victory point if your Warlord kills an opponent in a challenge. Since we're team playing, we have 2 Warlords on each side, but probably not going to happen in turn 1 because everybody's far away. We'll see how that happens. Yes, do it! Challenge somebody. All right, on to the first phase. Alright, first movement phase, everybody kind of just move forward, gain a little bit better position. On to the psychic phase. The psychic phase, we had a lot of dice. The Chaos cast a boon on the Orc Knob, giving him the Icy Aura. We tried to get the jump off on the Tank Hunters to knock them behind the lines, but that was stopped by a nice roll. So on to the shooting phase. The Dreadnought sends a blast off against the Marines, and we're making a cover save here of 3 up because of night. Oh! 2 die.
That's okay.
What, you're feeling the pains? Oh, no, las cannon, right?
No, it's a plasma.
Plasma, I think that's still too high.
What's its strength, 8?
Servitors, they die.
7.
Oh, strength 7?
Mm-hmm.
What's toughness servitor, 3?
3.
Yeah, so they die.
They're just servitors.
Alright, the Horde of Flashgits is firing at the squad of Marines here, the only ones in range. First, we're going to start off with Batrep himself. And he will get, gets to reroll 1. So he will have 1 hit. Okay, we have 12 Flashgits firing away. I'm going to head and just give 12 rerolls for the Master Crafted rule. We'll see how many hit. Oop, and that is cocked. We'll reroll him. Alright, so we have lots of hits.
They can't exceed 12 though, right?
1. And we'll take 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and count those as the rerolls, just for expediency. Alright, and that will get them that many more hits. Only 2. And let's see, what AP is this going to be? AP 4. The Flashgits managed to successfully wound 14 of the Marines, and here comes their armor save. Oh, a couple failures there.
3, 4.
I see another 2.
Oh.
5. Alright, 5 Marines. Roll their feel no pain. It's only strength 6. Or strength 5, actually.
What is their...
Feel no pain is 5 up.
Don't you get a plus
4. Oh, 4 up for that unit.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All of them.
That's a bunch of bullshit. 14 of the Chaos Marines fire over at the dwindling squad of Iron Hands hiding over there behind their little thing, cowardly as they are. 12 hits.
Let's see the strength of the bolt.
Alright, hitting servitors. Need a 3 to wound. That's a lot of wounds. Wow.
2, 3. So that's 11.
Alright, 11 cover saves. Alright, 3 up cover save. Will the servitors live? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh, I see 1, 2.
1, 2.
2 left. That's 2.
Get 2.
2 feel no pains.
2 feel no pains.
Oh, that's a good point.
You're feeling no pains.
So this is only 6 up.
Oh, wow!
Nice. Wow.
Alright.
Emperor be praised!
No kidding.
Last cannon at the Dreadnought. Cover save. Normally it's a 5 up. That's nighttime, so it's a 3 up. He makes it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have anything else?
Alright, end of the shooting phase. Not much happened. Some really good rolls on the servants of the false emperor. And so they survived really well. On to top of turn 1.
Infantry don't do that.
Okay, the movement phase. They have the objective where they have to capture all 6 objectives and hold them. Drop pod came on. Drop pod came. Alright, their movement phase is over. You can see they moved up, a lot of repositioning. Drop pod came on, scattered a bit out of the ruins. He tried for the center. Those guys jumped out. Tanks kind of backed up and hid like the cowards they are. They have the objective to capture all 6 objectives, so that was the reason for bringing the drop pod back there, so they can grab that one. We'll see what happens on the shooting phase. They don't have any psychers, so we will be skipping the psychic phase. Alright, the Marines popped out of the drop pod here, and they're getting ready to fire into the backs of the glorious servants of the Chaos Lords. Alright, 7 bolter shots. You're going to be hitting on 3s.
So 4 hits?
Yeah, good, 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 good. Wounding on 4s. Alright, 2 wounds.
4 armor. Both of them.
And they both make their saves. No effect, no effect.
No.
Plasma pistol firing. It hits. Oh, it wounds. You get no armor, but you have a 5 up night save.
5 up, it's kind of dark save.
Oh! And he makes it. Woo!
Alright.
Fire your grab gun. Wow! Grab gun man, bad shot. And Stormbolter unloading. 1 hit. No wound. Alright, the plasma cannon unloading into the flash gets. Let's see what it scatters.
No.
No, that's going to be a direct hit. So you will hit 5 of them. Alright, anything but to wound.
All wounds.
5 wounds. 5, 3 up cover saves coming.
2 wounds.
3 of them made it. 2 wounds. Alright, last cannon shooting at the Dreadnought. Well, it's PS4, so that's a hit.
Cool.
And roll to see if you do anything. 5. That's going to definitely
13.
be... That'll be a front pen.
Yeah.
That's 14. Lazes are 9.
Oh.
Yes,
So we get a cover-up save. He's got intervening models plus Knight, so it's still a 3-up. Oh! That is a pen. Roll the pen.
So just 1d6?
Yep.
Man.
4. That's AP 2. So that's
AP 1.
2.
up 1.
Last cannons are 2.
Yeah, that's a 5. That is a weapon destroyed result. Let's see what weapon gets destroyed. Alright, the Paladin is firing what? His rapid fire battle cannon, maybe?
Rapid fire battle cannon,
Okay.
thank you.
Alright, rolls for your scatter on the first shot. That is going to go 2 inches. And roll for the second shot. Yep.
It's gonna go
That one is going to go 1 inch that way.
So yeah.
So
Alright, 12 guys, anything but the wound on the regular orc mob. So that's going to be 10 successful wounds.
Yep.
And the second one was 8 guys.
Was it? Okay.
I believe so.
7, 8.
And again, anything but, -2, so that's 6. So that's 16 total wounds on the orcs, and you got 3 wounds on the flash kits.
Mm-hmm. 8. All 3 wounded?
Yep. So, time for some saves. Okay, flash kits get the 3-up cover. All saved. Alright, 16 5-up night saves.
You got some. 1.
2.
How many do you have?
Alright, so that is 14 guys down. Heavy stubbers going on the flash kits. So 5 hits. And roll to wound. It's strength 5, right?
Yeah.
So 3's to wound. That's going to be 3 wounds.
Strength 4.
These guys.
Alright, only 2 wounds. It's strength 4. So 3-up cover save. Both made it. Alright, servitors shooting off 2 plasma cannons. Get hot's roll. No, gets hot. Roll your scatters. These are centered on the flash
They're
gets.
still gonna get.
Uh-oh.
attacks on them.
That's going to go that way a little bit. And roll the next one.
It's going to go 3 inches that way to
Yep.
the board edge.
Wait, do I have one?
Okay.
And a direct hit. 5 total hits on the flash gets. Anything but to wound.
Or not.
4 wounds. They're still getting a 3-up save.
See, that's what more thing.
2 saves. 2 wounds. Another one down. Alright, the bolter's unloading into the flash gets.
Yeah.
So,
5 wounds? Or 5 hits?
what's that? Is that 4? 6 hits. Yeah.
Okay, 6.
Okay, roll to wound. Any 4s to wound?
Damn. 2
2.
wounds.
And get their 3-up cover. Save both of them.
Great.
And the 2 plasma guns. 1 hit. That's going to wound. And cover save made. Alright, top of turn 2. You can see the tanks took a heavy toll on the front lines here. And not much damage on this side. We stopped showing all the rolls simply because the tanks fire so much it's annoying to watch that many dice roll. Alright, we're going to see what happens now in turn 2. Alright, into the movement phase. Everybody moved up. Orcs kind of came down off the building to sneak in the rear of the Space Marines. Terminators came in deep strike behind the lane tank, whatever that big thing is called, and scattered off the board. But luckily, there'll be an ongoing reserve for next turn. Warp Talons dropped behind the enemy lines. However, the Marines did make their blind check, so they're ready to sneak up there. We drew the C's objective marker 3 for our second objective for turn 2, so hopefully they can run up and grab that. On to the psychic phase. Alright, after the psychic phase, I managed to get off a kill bolt against the Ironclad, which did a point. The Chaos got off the... which one was it? Zinch's Firestorm, but it only killed off 1 Space Marine. However, we did manage to get the jump off this time, which moved the Orc tank busters to the back line. We'll see what they do in the shooting phase. Alright, the Chaos Marines chosen fired all their horde of multi-meltas at the Space Marines, getting 7 successful wounds. So he's going to do some lookout sir here for his characters in that unit. And one of them makes it. Alright.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, that's a bad roll.
Yeah, it was.
The Chaos Marines drunk when their own power. Firing at the Space Marines. Roll a wound. It's going to be a 3-up. Or 4, I mean. Wow. So, 4?
Yep.
4. And you get your full armor save.
Who are they firing at? And who are
4 Space
The
Marines
Space Marines are firing
making
at
their
the
armor
Space Marines.
save.
Don't I get it? Oh, okay.
Yes, you do.
Get a 3-up save, man. Cover don't matter.
Covers not
So,
as good as
2 of them made it, and they get their fill of pains. What are these guys at?
1 dead.
Okay, 1 dead. 4-ups.
Yeah, 4.
Plasma, center to hit both that Chimera and the big boy. Ooh, that is
It's
only
4, so it's 2.
It's only 2 inches.
So
That
it's,
way. So it hits the Chimera.
And it'll still hit that big
it
boy.
probably will.
It will?
Laz on the Dread. And it hits. There's no cover save there, so straight up pen. 11. Damn it. Alright, the Orc Shooter Boys, using the power of Leonidas, have landed 12 wounds on the Servitor and the Tech Marine. He does, however, get a 3-up cover save. Alright, roll 3-up. 12 3-ups.
Well, this... Yeah.
So is that 1, 2, 3 failures?
Yeah, it looks like 3 failures.
3 failures, and do your 3 filament pains. This is 4-up. So 2.
So, I would like to point out...
Alright, the flash gets fired at the Iron Hand Space Marine chapter. They landed 32 hits because they had not moved. They had the Git Finder and the Master Crafting. So 32 hits at AP. AP 3! Uh-oh!
Holy
No armor saves.
Let's see the wounds. Alright, he's got to make 25 saves. He gets a 5-up cover.
Well, or a 5-up cover.
You get your feel no pains too.
Yeah, so just reroll the failed ones for Feel No Pain.
Are you serious? That's all 6s.
Sweet Jesus!
Alright, we're going to have to call loaded dice on this. Alright, now roll
That wasn't all the
15 more shots. Jeez. Alright, roll again. So this is the 5-up cover. Alright, so you...
That's ridiculous.
3, 4... Okay, so roll those guys for Feel No Pains.
So this is 4-up.
So you're going to take 2, right? Or 3?
3 wounds.
3 wounds. Okay, now 5 more dice. So 1 made the cover, and you have... Hey, so 7 die. 7 Marines die. Alright, so the Squad of Chosen, the Orcs failed their charge. The Squad of Chosen made it. They've landed 19 successful hits against the lone Marine who is screaming in vain for the Emperor to save him.
He's got
But
7.
it's not going to happen.
7 hits.
Rolls all 6.
Oh
like
man,
that one time.
let's see. And what are those? Just regular weapons?
Yeah.
So full of armor save. That is 1 dice. You
Yeah,
need
you might as well.
7 dice, man.
Just
Go for
keep-
it. Roll. Made. 2. Oh, feel no pain? No! Alright, after the assault phase, the Mega Nubs, along with the War Boss, he challenged and won. That'll get a victory point. And then wiped out the rest of the Space Marine unit, as you can see. The Death Dread made it into combat with the Ironclad. However, the Ironclad landed 2 hits, knocking off 2 hull points and an immobilized result. But the Death Dread did manage to blow up the Ironclad. However, that left him standing there. And the Marines obviously slaughtered that one lone guy remaining over there, as you saw. So on to the bottom of turn 2. Alright, the vile forces of the Imperium have repositioned themselves. You can see the tank cowardly backed away. The other tank cowardly popped smoke. And the soldiers cowardly jumped out of the back and hid behind their tank.
Cowardly.
And these 2 tanks cowardly turned to
Engage in.
to not face the mighty Warp Talons. And you can see the knight is running away from the Warp Talons because, again, they're cowardly. So we're going to skip the psychic phase, on to the shooting. Alright, so top of turn 3, the what's that stupid tank called?
Shadow Sword.
The Shadow Sword took out all the tank busters with its pie plates. The Warp Talons are no more. They were shot to hell by the Knight. The Meganobs and crew, they still remain after suffering a few casualties from the tanks here. We drew 2 new objectives, a second one for Objective Marker 3, and another one for within 12 inches of the board. And apparently they forgot to assault in turn 2, so let's see what that assault was.
Did you reconsolidate?
Yeah. Okay, so we forgot the assault. The assault was... There was a Knight here. The Knight assaulted the Meganobs. However, he had to assault them through difficult terrain, meaning he went on initiative 1. The Meganobs scored a lot of hits, and since they all have kill saws, they ended up doing like 9 pens on him. So he blew up. Well, they rolled a scatter, which was 12 inches, and so it scattered way over here. Both Dreadnoughts took a hull point, the Chimera took a hull point, and 3 of those guys died. It was a Titanic explosion. So, in the end, that was not a very good assault to remember. On with turn 3.
We could try to get
Alright, on the movement, everybody kind of just charged up, as you can see. The Meganobs are positioning to attack the tanks. The Terminators did arrive via Deep Strike finally, and everybody else kind of just moved the line up. Again, we're going for Objective Marker 3 for the points, and to get in there, a little bit of a decision on what to do with the guys that can't hurt the remaining vehicles. But on to the Psychic phase. Alright, the Psychic phase, kind of at a lack of what to do with the way the board was set up. Tried to Chaos Boon Captain Batrep, but he was not worthy of the boon. However, we did get the jump off on the Death Dread and teleported it right behind the Bane, not Bane Blade, Storm Lameness? Shadow Sword.
Penis.
Shadow Penis, yes.
Shadow penis.
So we'll see what happens in the shooting phase.
It's almost...
Alright, the end of the shooting phase. The poor Acadians were wiped out over there, and their Chimera is all blown up and gone and a smoldering husk. The Dreadnought almost got blown up, but he made his cover save for being in the Battlescape terrain. The what is he? Master of the Forge.
Master of the Forge.
Master of the Forge is holding out on his lonesome, waiting for the end. We'll see what happens here in the assault phase, which is going to be much more productive.
Maybe.
Alright, at the end of the assault phase, the Meganobs took out the tanks with their Armor Bane kill saws. And that was it for the assault phase. So on to the bottom of turn 3. Let's see what the Cowardly Imperium has to offer. Alright, the Shadow Sword has pie-plated the Chaos Chosen. They have so far unsuccessfully tried to kill off the Meganobs, only killing one in the process. The rest made their saves.
9 of them AP3.
Ooh.
Okay. And dead?
That's a lot of wounds on those Chosen. 9. So, the oncoming onslaught of chaos has been greatly dwindled by that nasty shot from the, what is it, a penis sword?
Penis sword, yeah.
Yeah, so, no, Alright, the Master of the Forge fled. The Dreadnoughts fired at the knobs. They did successfully kill one, but the unit is still there. And they have no close combat for this turn, so we'll move on to the top of 4. Alright, after the movement, you can see we all kind of scurried up. The new objectives we needed to grab are Objective Marker 2 and 4. 4 is next to the Honored Imperium statue over there with the tank, and 2 is underneath the Dreadnought in that battlescape, so I gotta knock them off that. During the Psychic phase, they cast the Chaos Boon on Captain Batrep, and he's got a crystallized body. Yay, Batrep! Otherwise, we kind of forewent the Psychic phase, as we couldn't do much of anything without blowing up our own guys. Alright, the Flash Gits with Batrep have unloaded on the Master of the Forge. They've landed 20 successful hits. Strength 5, he's tough 4. So 3s to wound. Uh-oh. What's he got? What's he got? So... that's a good amount of wounds there. Looks like he's going to take 11 wounds. 11 wounds at... hold on, here's the magic dice. AP... 1! Oh!
Wait, feel no pain.
You get a lot of feel no pains. Can roll, what is it, 11?
It is mathematically possible.
Let's see it, 11 feel no pains. 1? Come on. Oh, he's a 6 up.
Yeah.
Oh, Master of the Forge has died.
They had bad.
All right, we're at the
for one thing.
top of 4. At this point, we cashed in the rest of our victory points. We are up 10 victory points to their nothing. So we're going to finish out this turn and then call it, and then we'll do a after-game recap.
On this.
All right, the sword penis fired is a bunch of crap, but they're firing at the knobs now with the warlord. He's hit him. I've used the lucky stick twice and failed my cover save. If I fail, then the lucky stick will kill me, and that way, at least the armored company doesn't get the joy of knowing they killed me because the stick killed me and not the las cannon. So that's important. Oh my God! He made the save.
Of course he did.
Oh, I believe.
He did not manage to kill him,
We have 4.
but they did capture objective 4.
So
That
you
will
won.
cash him in 1. At the end of turn 4, we're going to go ahead and call the game. We have 10 victory points to their 1. Stick around and we'll do the after battle report. All right, we wrapped the game and now we'll do a little bit of discussion in our AAR. So, card-wise, I think you guys got screwed.
Absolutely.
I mean, in the beginning, you didn't really... you had big point cards, but they were really hard to take. As I said, the charging with the walker was a bad idea.
Yes, it was.
Should have done that.
Yes, it was. Well, I mean, I didn't realize that it would be really shit with difficult terrain. That's I didn't remind you about it. Now, so that was... If I had gone first, though, I feel like I would have taken at least 2 of them, maybe 3, and then I would
He
have
gets a lot of attacks with a D weapon.
Oh, for sure. He would have definitely hurt him. Or if he waited, again, that thing's such a... the battle cannon firing twice, it slays down so much firepower, you almost don't want to get into combat with somebody's armor vein. It's almost better to run away. As tempting as it is to go after the warlord, it's... that tends to be his downfall.
So,
like, the tank lasted the entire time this time. It didn't go down at all, because he backed up. So I said, run away. Nothing can hurt it from a distance. It's, unless somebody else has another D weapon.
And you did 3 whole points to it.
I did. Well, that was the tank busters, right?
Busters,
yeah. Which I'd never used those guys before. I mean, they're okay. They're not super expensive for that unit, but I didn't get to use them all the squig bombs since they got annihilated. But they're armored. The 6-up armor. If anybody shoots at them, they're just dead. The deep striking really helped them. But like he was saying, we should have maybe, if we would have deep struck the Chosen back there with their Meltas, that could have probably blown up the tank.
I think something that also really hurt us was some very, very crucial moment, horrible rolling.
Yeah,
That's true.
Lots of ones.
ones.
So to make up for his ridiculous, what was that, like 8 6s you rolled at once for feel no pain?
Yeah.
To make up for that, he had the whole round of firing shooting
like
around
4 tanks that just got rolled 1s to wound.
Yeah, either they were missing with 1s or 2s, or they were rolling 1s to wound. So that really, it got real dicey. It's not usually that much.
I see what you did there.
But I mean, overall, I think it was an interesting combination. Like I said, we kind of do random partners, so we don't get to really plan for who we're gonna be with, so you can't make you can't actually make a broken combination like, oh, I want to be with this guy, so I need this, this, and this. So you gotta kind of plan for everything. With the armored company, there's not really much you change anyway. It's kind of the same.
And it always will be.
But I think your list was actually it was still pretty solid.
Another mistake I feel like I made is deep striking behind Chosen with melting guns.
Yeah.
What I should have done was I should have deep struck him like on my front lines.
Yeah, almost it would have, because you deep struck him in between a unit of boys and a unit of Chosen.
Yeah.
you're outnumbered more than 2 to 1.
Well, and I didn't aim for
And
the
you
shows.
can't
And
assault
I was
us.
Yeah, you did scatter outside of them.
I scattered 12 inches. I mean,
Yeah, because you probably could have taken the boys, honestly,
Yes,
with
I
that,
could
with
have.
that
That
unit,
was-
because you
that
could have
was
shot
great.
them up and then fought them next round. But with the Chosen there, it was. And again, the Chosen were so
Annihilation.
far away from the other guys, there was no reason. They might as well come back for you. At least they could kill something.
Also, you broke our lines, which means if I had a drop potted on our front lines, it would have strengthened the front lines instead of just having like a tissue paper of like one squad.
Yeah, because it did kind of rip through there after.
So if I bolstered that, I would have laid down incoming fire. I feel like.
Yeah, I really think, I think the Knight was a crucial loss. Because you were laying down pretty good firepower, but again, if that one round of shooting would have been average, not even good, but
I
average.
think that would have just delayed the inevitable
well,
because
point wise, because we were so far ahead.
But our tactical objectives were so. We got screwed on those, where you guys was like, exist! Here's a victory point!
We forgot, you can discard. At the end of your turn, you can discard one anyway.
Well, thanks, rules lawyer.
Yeah.
Where were you there?
Totally forgot about that.
Oh,
You can always-
he would have been like, oh, wait, I
Well,
remember
Super
now.
never had to discard it.
Yeah,
No, wait, no, I've done that before. I'm like, this one sucks. I don't want this one.
yeah, you could totally, yeah. I don't know why we didn't think of that, but yeah, that was, there you go. So it's all the cards' fault. All right.
I would say that was definitely
it's all your
the game-winning thing was the fact that yours were, I don't want to say relatively easy, but accomplish.
Yeah, yours were grab everything or
Yeah,
grab
ours
more
was
than
like,
ours.
win the game and you get victory points. Okay, thanks, asshole.
Yeah, you did have the really hard ones, I agree.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean,
We had some
like
objective ones that we were already sitting on, and then
Yeah, and we had the one where we had
But
two
we
of
could
them.
have gotten an extra D3 if we had all of them captured. What?
Yeah, that one's kind of funny. I like that one. I think you have all
D3
that.
plus 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was D3. That was a lot. I mean, so in theory, if you got it, but of course, at the point, if you have all 6 objectives, you've
game
probably
over
won.
already.
Controlling.
So
I
we should have just been
I
like,
don't
we
know.
need to get rid of that.
I'm trying to think of the situation in where you have all 6 objectives, but you're actually behind in the game.
Would that work with what's the relic one? But you don't take them.
The relic doesn't have objective
Yeah, you don't
cards.
have objective
I mean, you could combine them, I guess. We could try it like that. It might be. But all in all, I think it was a good game. We learned some stuff, new tactics, and we'll try it again. So, I hope you liked the review. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like, what you want to see more of, and we'll see you here next time at Gaming Mayhem.